हेलो फ्रेंड्स, जो कि हमने सॉलिड स्टेट टॉपिक स्टार्ट किया है, इसमें टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चन एक्सरसाइज क्वेश्चन देख रहे हैं। सो इसमें हम क्वेश्चन देखने वाले क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। उसमें से देखो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है। कैलकुलेट द पैकिंग एफिशिएंसी ऑफ मेटल क्रिस्टल दैट हैज सिंपल क्यूबिक स्ट्रक्चर। सो इसमें हमें क्या फाइंड आउट करना है, तो पैकिंग इफिशिएंसी फाइंड आउट करनी है किसके, सिंपल क्यूबिक की। तो हमें पहले पता होना चाहिए सिंपल क्यूबिक में जो कुछ भी पार्टिकल्स होते हैं उनकी पोजीशन, मतलब एट व्हाट प्लेस दे आर देयर, मींस एट द सेंटर they will be there or at the corner or on the faces. So here simply we can say that for the simple, particles are present at the 8 corners. Clear to everyone? So instead of that, if we consider the simple diagram for that one, we can say that each sphere, here this is the sphere, if we consider this sphere are with the square close packing, and in this way they are adjacent to each other. This is the distance that is called as a radius, and this distance is called as a edge length. So simply if we consider first point for the radius for the packing efficiency calculation, that is the radius. In that we can say that radius is nothing but, if we consider a is the edge length, that edge length is the double of this radius, means a is equal to twice r. From that formula we can write the radius formula also, that is r is equal to a by 2. So here we are writing that equation number 1. Now if we consider after that packing efficiency purpose, we have to calculate the volume. Whose volume? That is the volume of sphere. Volume of sphere. For that one, as we know that it is the round in shape, so that's volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the equation 2. What we are going to do, see, r is equal to a by 2, means we are going to put that equation 1 in that equation 2. So put equation 1 in 2. So what will be the equation? See here, 4 by 3 pi r cube. Instead of that r we have to write here a by 2, and here cube will be there. Simply now see here, if we consider this step here, 4 by 3 pi a cube divided by 2 cube is 8. 4 2s are 8, means here finally we are getting the equation, that is the pi a cube divided by 6. Here we have completed the volume of the sphere. Now we are going to calculate the total volume. Total volume, and that is nothing but the total volume. For that purpose, as we know that number of atoms for the simple cubic system, that number of atoms is 1. So for the volume, to calculate that volume occupied by the unit cell, we can write volume occupied by particle in unit cell is equal to pi a cube divided by 6 into number of atoms is 1, means that volume occupied by particle in a unit cell, that is nothing but the pi a cube divided by 6. Here all terms we have completed. Now simply we have to write the packing efficiency formula, and we have to put all this value. What is the formula for the packing efficiency? See here, packing efficiency is equal to volume occupied by particle in unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. We have to find out in the percentage form, means percentage packing efficiency. So we are multiplying with the 100. Now see here, just now we have calculated that volume occupied by particle in a unit cell, that is the pi a cube divided by 6 into 100 divided by, that is the volume of unit cell, and volume of unit cell is nothing but the edge length cube, that is the a cube. If we simplify this formula, we can write here pi a cube into 100 divided by 6 into a cube. A cube will get cancelled. Pi value, as we know that 3.14 into 100 divided by 6. So simply here 314 divided by 6. What will be the packing efficiency? Now see here. 6 5s are 30. 6 2s are 12. 12, 13, 14. Again 6 3s are 18. Means here we can say that 52.3 is the percentage packing efficiency. So here we have calculated that percentage packing efficiency. Now we are going to calculate the empty space. Empty space. Empty space is also called as a void volume. Keep in mind that sometimes question will be like that. Void volume. So void volume is nothing but the empty space. How much it is? We have to subtract it. So 52.3. Here we are getting the answer, that is the 7 point. Here if we consider 9 minus 2, 7. Here 9 minus 5, 4. And here if we consider, that is the 0. Means empty space is 47.7. Clear to everyone? So simply in this way we have completed how to calculate the percentage packing efficiency and the volume void. So firstly we have completed that question. Now we'll discuss the second question. What is that second question? Second question is, how are the spheres arranged in first layer of simple cubic close packed structures? How are the successive layers of the spheres placed above this layer? Means it is the question related to the simple cubic close packed structure. By which arrangement we will get that simple cubic close packed structure? Firstly I will tell you. So in this point, keep in mind that when two-dimensional close packed structure are stacking to each other, at that time there is a formation of this simple cubic close packed structure will be there. Hope so everyone understood that first point. Now what is the arrangement? As we know that spheres will be arranged. How they are arranged? I will draw one diagram and I will explain you. Now see here arrangement. If we consider these are the spheres. If we consider this diagram, here all the spheres are arranged adjacent to each other. So this is the structure of one dimensional. Now next layer, if we consider all these are of the A-type spheres which are arranged adjacent to each other. Now we are going to discuss the second layer. If we consider these fingers, if we consider this one, in that we can say this is the first layer. As we know that 3 parts are there to each finger. So in that 3 spheres, adjacent to that another 3 spheres, to adjacent to that another 3 spheres, like that they are arranged. Means if we consider this is the A type, in that again just adjacent to, just below to. Now see one point. Here there is a depression in between 2 spheres, but when we are arranging that spheres, they are not arranged in that depression. They are just adjacent to the another one sphere. So this is the again A type. In this way they are arranged like that. Hope so everyone is getting that diagram. After this, so in this way we have completed that horizontal first layer. When we are arranging the second layer just above to that, means that will be the vertical layer. When we are arranging, for that one I will draw this diagram like that. So here we can say that backside like that diagram is there. When we are arranging above, means vertical, at that time they are also arranged just above to that previous sphere, like that. Means this is the A of the first layer and this is the second of the second layer. Are you getting my point? So this is the horizontal and this is the vertical, like that. Here all the spheres are arranged vertical as well as horizontal. Means in this way we can say that when these spheres are arranged, that spheres, if we consider these are the sphere just arranged in a horizontal way. When they are arranged in the vertical manner, at that time one sphere is just above to the second sphere, and in this way the exactly that perfect alignment is adjusted. Means it is just above to that. As we know that when we are arranging anything, at that time if we are arranging like that, first brick above to that second, third, after that fourth one, means in this way we can say that this is the first sphere, second sphere, third sphere, fourth sphere. When these spheres are arranged just above to each other in a perfect manner, at that time horizontal as well as vertical alignment is adjusted. So here we have completed what is that, how they are arranged, all that point. So theory part, how to write, I have cleared that concept. Which points you have to write in that point, in that question, that I will give it to you. So you have to write all these points. Here I have given diagram also. See here, when two-dimensional square, this is the square closed cubic structure, these are stacking to each other, and in this way, see, first layer to that adjacent, second layer is there, and in this way, first layer, that is the horizontal, and second layer we can say that that is a vertical, they are aligned perfectly. So here we are getting that AAA type of the structure. So hope so everyone understood that question में. अभी डिस्कस करेंगे हम दो क्वेश्चन. वो दो क्वेश्चन क्या है, देखो. फर्स्ट वन, व्हाट आर द कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज ऑफ द स्कॉटकी डिफेक्ट. सो यहाँ पे डिस्कस करना है हमें कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज ऑफ द स्कॉटकी डिफेक्ट. जब आप ये क्वेश्चन स्टडी करोगे तो ध्यान में रखो, आपको साइमल्टेनियसली फ्रेंकेल डिफेक्ट के कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज भी स्टडी करने हैं, ठीक है. यहाँ पे देखो, अगर हम कंसिडर करते हैं स्कॉटकी डिफेक्ट, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ले रहे हैं हम स्कॉटकी डिफेक्ट का. Schottky defect is due to the presence of equal number of the ions, means cation and anion. When they are missing, the one cation, one anion, or two cation, two anion, like that, equal number of cations or anion will be missed. So if we consider first consequence, it is related to the density. First consequence, it is related to the density. If we consider the defect in that equal number of cations and anions are missing. So because of that, what will happen? Mass will be decreased. What will happen? Because of that equal number of cations and anions missing, that mass will be decreased, but volume will remain same. As we know that density, what is the formula? Density is equal to mass upon volume. If mass changes, that obviously density will be changed, means mass decreases, so density also decreases. Hope so everyone understood that first consequence, which is related to the density. Second one, in that second consequence, which is related to the electrical neutrality. Second one, the defect is because of equal number of cations and anions missing. If they are missing, means that charge will be same, because if +2 and -2 charge is there, means that equal number of cations and anions are there, so it will be neutral one, because of presence of equal number of cation and anions. So here we can say that because of missing of equal number of cations and anions, electrical neutrality is preserved. Electrical neutrality is preserved. So here we have completed our first question, that is the consequences of the Schottky defect. यहाँ पे फास्टली मैं बोल देती हूँ consequences of the Frenkel defect. In that Frenkel defect also, what is happening? Listen carefully. In that, only cations are leaving their place and they are moving in the interstitial space. Means number of cations and anions that remains in the same number. So there will be the no change in the mass. Here missing number is there, that's why it decreases. But in Frenkel defect, it remains same. That number does not change, means mass also remains same and volume also remains same. So there will be no change in the density. What about the electrical neutrality of the Frenkel defect? In that also we can say that there is a number of cations and anions is same. So here we can say that electrical neutrality is also preserved in case of Frenkel defect. If we consider the defect examples, in that we can say that NaCl, AgBr. These are the examples which shows Schottky defect. So here we have completed first question. Now we'll discuss the second question. What is that second question? See, cesium chloride crystallizes in cubic unit cell. For that one, firstly we have to draw one cube. Cl minus ions. They have given ion. Cl minus ions are at the corners, means when we are drawing that cube, at that time we have to show that Cl minus at the corners. Cesium plus ion in the center, means here this ion will be in the center of a cube. How many cesium chloride molecules will be there? In that second question, as we have discussed, that we have to draw firstly cube. So this is the cube. In that we have to show Cl minus as well as cesium plus. Cesium plus that will be at the center or in the center as per the discussion. This is the cesium. Here for the cesium purpose I am using this one, and for the Cl minus I am showing this empty circle. So here this is the one, this is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, these are the 8 Cl minus. As we know that whatever particle is present at the corner, it is shared with the other 8 cubes. So here one by one we will write here. Now see, each particle or each, instead of particle we will write here about the ion. Each ion, which ion? That is Cl minus, is shared by 8 cubes. So what will happen? That number of Cl minus that will be 1 by 8 into 8, and that is nothing but the 1. Means number of Cl minus, how many will be there? That will be only 1. What about the cesium? Cesium plus is present at the center, and because of that it is not shared with the other cube. So we are writing here cesium plus present in the center. So it is not shared with other cube. So here we can say that number of cesium plus that is equal to 1. Means here 1 Cl minus is there, 1 cesium plus is there. So how many molecules will be there? Only 1 molecule, because as we know that cesium plus, if it is 1, if Cl minus is also 1, then how many molecules? Only 1 molecule of cesium chloride will be present in this unit cell. तो उसमें क्वेश्चन क्या है? देखो, क्वेश्चन इज कॉपर क्रिस्टलाइजेस इन FCC unit cell with age length 495 picometer. What is the radius of the copper atom? What is given? Firstly, listen carefully. Question number 9. In that, they have given copper which crystallizes in the FCC. FCC means, as we know that Z is equal to 4. What they asked? They asked about the radius. So we should know the formula. What is the formula of the radius? Radius is equal to 1 by root 8 into A. That is nothing but the 0.3535 A. So this formula we have to use. What is the age length? Here in that formula A is required, and as we know that A is the age length. What is that age length? Age length is 495 picometer. Clear? If question is that calculate in the centimeter, then also we can calculate it. Simply just we have to use that formula. R is equal to 0.3535 A. So 0.3535 into 495. After this calculation, you will get the final answer, that is the 174.9. That will be in the picometer. If you observe that textbook, in that answer is given, that is the 175. Means it's round figure they have taken, that is the 175 picometer. How to convert into centimeter? Previously also I have discussed with you that 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 centimeter. Means here simply R is equal to 175 into 10 raised to minus 10. That will be in the centimeter. So here we have completed that question number 9. What is that question number 10? Say, obtain the relationship between density of a substance and the age length of the unit cell. Means simply we have to tell them what is the relation. Means we have to write that what is the relation between density, mass and volume, but it is related to the unit cell. For that one, we will discuss firstly what is the definition or what is the formula for the density. As we know that density, that we can denote by the rho or the D. So density is equal to mass upon volume. That is the well-known formula for us. But we have to discuss that relation regarding unit cell. For that one, what we have to do? We have to take that mass of the unit cell, volume of the unit cell. So firstly, we are going to start with the what is the mass of unit cell? Mass of unit cell. For that one, keep in mind that first point, mass of particle. If we consider mass of particle mass of one particle is m. If number of particles, that we know that number of particles which are denoted by symbol z. So here we got that mass of particle m, number of particles z, means number of particles present in that unit cell that we know, mass of one particle we know. If we consider its product, then that is nothing but the mass of unit cell. So mass of unit cell is equal to m into z. So we have to use this mass for the first formula. Second term is that volume. In that volume of unit cell, that is nothing but the aq. Now simply we have to take this equation, and finally density of the unit cell is equal to mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell. And in this way, simply if we are putting all this value, that is rho is equal to m into z divided by aq. So this is the relation between the density and the age length of the unit cell. So here we have completed these two questions also. अगर मेरा teaching method आपको समझ में आ रहा है तो don't forget to subscribe our channel and press on the bell icon, because if you are doing that one, then you will get the notification of the uploaded recent video. Thank you all of you.